by turning to the virtuous, compassionate diet of vegan alone, they would generate such a positive, constructive energy. This new loving power could even stop the effects of climate change in their vulnerable lands and open up people's innovative thoughts to solve all manner of economical, social, and technological problems. And every country, whether developed or developing, will flourish in ways beyond our imagination. I promise, it is true.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of the centres near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, and Thai. Өгөөмөр үзэгчдээ халуун минь төргий. Намайг уран чимэг гэдэг гайхамшигт Монгол орны Дорногов аймгаас мэдчилж байна. Монгол улсын Төв Азийн цээжинд орших хурдастай хөгжиж буй нүүдэлчин суурин иргэншил хосолсон улс юм. Эрдэнэ түүхийн бичээс Монгол гэдэг нэрийг 3 голын улс хэмээн тайлбарласан байдаг. Энэхүү үзэсгэлэнт нутгийн зарчимлахын ард түмэн нутаг орон байгаль орчноо өнөө хүртэлх хүндэн дээдлж онгон дагшнаар нь хадгалж хамгаалсаар иржээ. Монгол улс нь говийн баавгай мазаалай, тахь, хулан гэх мэт нэн ховордсон амьтдыг жинхэнэ байгаль дээрээс нь харах боломжтой цөөн хэдэн орны нэг юм. Энэхүү онгон дагшин байгалийн цасан цагаан өвөл, өтгөн ногоон зун, хайр дүүрэн хавар, өн галгалсан намар татагдан зорж ирэх жуучдын тоо жилээс жил нэмэгдсээр байна. Нүүдэлчин соёл уламжилдаас үүссэн уяндаг сайхан уртын дуу, хөөми, морин хуур, өмдөсний баяр наадангүйгээр Монгол улсыг төсөөлхийн аргагүй билээ. Сэтгэл татан Монгол орноо та бүхэнд товчхон танилцуулсандаа баяртай байна. Бүх хариун хүслийг тань биелүүлэх болтугай хэмээн бид иваажин залбирая. Гаруй жилийн турш төгсгөгээрсэн их огчин хай ариун сургаалуудаараа даян дэлхийг гэрэлтүүлж байна. Төгсгөгээрсэн их огт тэрээр дотоодын бурхан чанараа нэн даруй аж мэдхийг хүсэж нэгэн насандаа өхөд төрхийн хүрднээс мөнхөд чөлөөлөгдөхийг эрмэлзэгч хэн бүхэнд ариавалын бясалгын аргыг уламжилдаг билээ. Будда, Иесус Христ, Зөнч Мухаммед, тэрээр амгалан байг, Гүрүү Нанак гэх мэт бүхий л гэгээрсэн их магш нар ариавалын аргаар бясалган дадуулж ирсэн байдаг. Тэрбээр хэрэг бид үргэлж Бурхныг санаж, бусдын төлөө өөрийгөө умартан үйлчилж, орчлон ертөнцийн хуулийг дагаж явах хаваас хүний хүрч болох хамгийн дэд түвшинд хүрч энэ дэлхий дээрх зорилгоо үнэхээр ухаарах болно хэмээн хэлсэн байдаг. Их багч Хай бол хайр энергийн хосгүй амьд үлгэр дуурайлал юм. Тэрээр дөрвөсөд, байгалийн гамшигт өртөгсөд, орон гэргүй болон тусламж хэрэгтэй хэн бүхэнд материаллык болон санхүүгийн тусалцааг хайрынхаа хамт ямагт илгээж байдаг билээ. (2006 онд тэрээр дорн дахинд Нобелийн энх тайвны шагнал тооцогддог гүйсийн энх тайвны шагналыг хүртсэн бөгөөд хүмүүнлэгийн болон бусдын сайн сайхны төлөөх гайхамшигтай ажил үйлсээрээ өнгөрсөн он жилүүдэд бусад олон шагнал өргөмжлүүдийг хүртэж байсан юм. Үзэсгэлэн данд амьтдын маань жинхэнэ дуу хоолой тэрээр хүн төрлөختөн бүхий л амьд оршинлын ариун гэгээн чанарыг ухаан сэрснээр их дэлхийн маань хүн болоод амьтад аз жаргалтай, эв зохиролтой, аж төрөх, амар тайван, сүр жавхлантай, бүрэн веган дэлхий болно гэсэн итгэл найдвараар амар амгалан энэрэнгүй урмлан хоолыг түгээн дэлгэрүүлж байдаг. Веган чиг хандлагыг дэлгэрүүлэх, түүний санаачдаг олон төрөл байдгаас дурдвал өөрөөр амьдрах буй тараах буудас, хайрын өргөө олон улсын сүлжээ веган ресторан, Supreme Master телевиз төдийгүй бидний мэдсэн эсгээс үл хамааран тэрээр уур амьсгалын өөрчлөлтийн талаарх телевизийн конференцуудад оролцож нөлөө бүхий засгийн газрын болон хэвлэл мэдээллийн байгууллагуудын удирдлагуудтай ойр ойрхон ярилцдаг. Түүний энэ бүх хүчин чармайлт нь амьтан дээлтэй амьдралын хэв маягийг төдийгүй энэхүү энэрэнгүй зам мөрөн гариг дэлхийг цаг уурын өөрчлөлтөөс авраа зогсохгүй улс үндэстнүүдийн дунд тогтвортой энх тайвныг хэрхэн авчирч чадахыг олон нийтэд ойлгуулахад асар их нөлөө үзүүлсэн байдаг. Төгсгөгээрсэн их Чинхай олон жилийн турш дэлхийд даяар Америкаас Африк хүртэл Европоос Номхон далай хүртэл аялахдаа олон нийтэд болон шавь нартаа төрөл бүрийн сүнслэг сэдвүүдээр олон зуун лекц уншиж ярилцлага өгсөн байдаг. Өнөөдөр бид тэдгээр ухаарл хайрлсан лекцүүдийн нэг болох англи хэл дээр айлдсан гариг дэлхийгээ тогтвортой болгох цорын ганц арга бол веган байх. Төгсгөгээрсэн их Чинхайн лекцүүдийн эмхэтгэл 1-р хэсгийг багш Ивэн шүтлэгээр толилуулах хувь тохиолоо.
Imagine if every neighborhood in the United States had an organic veggie garden for sharing fresh, healthy vegetables with everyone. There are reports about organic vegetable farming that it is quite profitable. And the demand for organic vegan foods now is growing faster and faster around the world. So one thing we can do is encourage more organic vegan farmers market. Farmers markets are more and more popular in the United States now because it's fresh, it's quality, and it's local. So there is less transportation pollution. But interestingly, studies shows that eating locally is not as good as eating vegan. For example, scientists at Carnegie Mellon University calculated that a vegan diet reduces over 7 times the emissions compared to a 100% local meat diet. So, see, eat vegan is better than eat local even, local meat. In Spanish, loco means crazy. We don't eat local meat. Now, in another study, Foodwatch in Germany found that switching from a meat diet to an organic meat diet saved only 8% of emissions. But switching to a non-organic vegan diet, even non-organic vegan diet, reduced 86% of emissions. So we save the planet by being vegan, even non-organic. So actually, organic is good. Local is wonderful. But the first step is at least being vegan, organic or not. Organic, of course, is the best. Because when we plant all the tillable acres on our planet organically, then the CO2, the carbon dioxide, which exists already in our atmosphere, will be absorbed 40%. And the other 60% we take care by being vegan. Then we're happy. Our planet definitely survive. Now, the vegan lifestyle is the greenest lifestyle. Right or not? Thank you. Thank you. Good children of God. Because even organic meat is actually not eco-friendly at all. It requires even more land and more energy than the non-organic meat farming. Can you believe that? So it doesn't even help to try to raise animals organically. The so-called sustainable free-range organic poultry, for example, need 20% more energy and have a 20% higher, bigger impact on global warming than non-organic poultry farm. Think about that. So we've been misled all the time. This is a terrible thing about this negative power in this world. It makes us believe things that is not good for us at all. From now on, we have to try to do research and believe only what's good for us. And we have to research until we really find that this news, this information is truly reliable and believable. By example, by proof. Otherwise, just don't listen to anything anybody else say if they don't prove it. Similarly, organic eggs were found to have 14% higher carbon footprint than non-organic eggs. So there we are. And even though you don't use fertilizers, the benefit could be canceled out because of the increased land use. Therefore, only the vegan lifestyle is truly sustainable. Now, once we become vegan and urge others to join through grassroots seminars, flyers distribution, letters, email, whatever, we could practice sustainability in other ways. As I have suggested before, we could plant organic vegetables and trees. Better still are those fruit trees and nut trees and those vegetables or legumes like beans and stuff that need little water. That we can do research to know which one needs less water, because right now we're short of water as well. We're short of everything right now. So we should be frugal, not to waste precious energy and water. Use our own shopping bags even. We encourage sustainable energy development, and we can write or talk to the government and the media and the farmers even, because we really do need all the help from the government, from the media to accelerate the trend. Another good way to quicken our movement to a sustainable planet is to generate more positive energy. Do good deeds and be loving and kind. Expand our loving quality. This is what will create a shield, invincible, to protect us and the planet. Finally, we can pray that divine power manifests on earth to awaken leaders, the media, the influential people, and all the world citizens to take the right steps to preserve our planet and fast before it's too late. Because at this point, we do need heaven's intervention to save our planet. Not to pray to them to protect us, just to pray so that they awaken everybody to the solution of vegan diet, because that is the solution that will save our planet. If we can do these things, starting with being veg, we would realize not just a sustainable planet, but a real paradise of peace in our lifetime. First of all, and the most important thing, we have to stop global warming by choosing a sustainable diet that is vegetarian or vegan. This will almost immediately stabilize the planet, the weather, and then we can think about adapting to the changes. I hope we don't have to adapt, but otherwise it might be too late. If we don't take care of the problem at the root right now, we will have no planet to even adapt to. As you all know, based on the scientific research, we are already aware of the main cause of global warming. Even the Mongolian Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Pusama Batima, from the UN International Panel of Climate Change, has spoken on Supreme Master Television about the danger from the degradation of the ecosystems. See, the Gobi Desert, which covers the Mongolian landscape. It is a fragile ecosystem that is easily destroyed by overgrazing. This results in the desert land turning into stony wasteland where not even camels can survive. It's a very sad affair and very urgent. So in order to neutralize the effects of global warming, such as these land changes resulting from the ever more severe climate, we must stop the raising of livestock to kill for food. We must live a vegan, animal-free, cruelty-free lifestyle according to Buddhist teaching and according to scientific evidence that this is the best way for us to stop the global warming and the fastest and the most efficient and the most long-lasting. We have solution. Everybody knows the solution. They're doing some, but it's not just doing. The government have to really broadcast about it, on the internet, their internet. They have a lot of money. They can do everything. They're powerful. But I do my best. The flyers, seminars and everything, just for that, just to save the planet. And it's too slow, It's too slow. Just like a little bit here and there. And the government has to say something, just like, okay, they ban the smoking, you see? So is it banned? Is it done? The government could do it, It's easy. Look, they ban cigarette and it's banned. See that? And they ban drug, no? And it's banned, no? It's not legal. Yeah. And the cigarette reduction now reduce a lot of illness everywhere in the world. People know that. The same with the climate change policy. If they just do what they know is good, then it's very quick. In no time, we will recover. Or we stop the effect, Because if we don't raise any more cattle or animals, then the earth will be more sustainable. No more greenhouse gas or methane gas from the animals. No more multiplying all the time. Whatever we have already, we keep it, And no more, raising for profit and meat. Then the earth will recover, After a while, all the cows will be gone the natural way, and then all the land will be planted with trees, vegetable again, Because if you raise cattle 50 years later, you still cannot truly cultivate on that land. It's been stamped, and hard and deprived of sustainable quality. They just have to stop meat eating because it's bad karma also. It's not just about the methane gas. And every day we air all kind of warning sign and warning evidence. My God, what are they talking about all day except this? This is the only important thing right now, right? First you have to survive and then you can do anything else you want. But if you don't survive, you don't have the planet. What's the use? As I have mentioned before, we have to tackle the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the cause of global warming. And that root is our unkindness to our co-inhabitants. Every action provokes a reaction, and this is very scientific. You see, if we sow an apple seed, we will get an apple tree. And from that apple tree, after a while, it will bear apple fruit for us. This is a circle of life. If we kill, we cannot expect life from it. Every action bears the same fruit afterward. It's not religious speaking. It is scientific. So now the root of our problem is that we have been unkind to our co-inhabitants, the living, feeling, walking, acting, loving beings like animals. of all sizes and shapes. And we have also been unkind to our environment. So we have been massacring our co-inhabitants, animals, and we have been destroying our environment, like deforesting and destroying the water and destroying the air. From all this, we cannot expect a better outcome. So in order to solve the problem that we are facing right now, we have to reverse our actions. We have to be kind to our co-inhabitants. Instead of killing them, massacring them, sacrificing them, we have to take care of them, to be kind to them, look after them. And instead of deforestation, we have to plant trees again. Take care of whatever environment that we have. And instead of polluting the planet, the air, we have to turn to, friendly energy and sustainable energy. Just reverse our actions. I think we have to come together as a people to let the government know what we want. Write to the government, all of you, all of the people. The people have to understand that the government also have their own problem. Yes, there's no problem greater than saving our lives and the lives of the next generation. If everyone realized this, then we would drop everything else. Everything that is not useful to us, everything that is not kind and conducive to our living here and our next generation's life, we have to change. We have to drop it. Drop it like a hot cake, like a hot potatoes, because it burns you. No matter what everyone else say, no matter how much you lose, you have to drop the hot plate because it hurts you. Global warming is like a hot plate, iron hot burning plate. We must take care. If the government do not take care, the people just take care. Just become vegetarian, refuse all the animals' products. Then nobody will raise animals anymore. Nobody will kill them anymore. Then we stop the physical harmful effect of animal stock raising, which is number one cause for our climate change. And that's the only one that we as individuals can immediately contribute. We can change it. No need to wait for the government. We do it. The people have to take actions, and then perhaps the government will come along with it. If the government doesn't lead you, you lead the government. There's no need to sit there blaming each other. But you see, it's up to everyone to choose what they want. As I have told many times, God gives us free will. I respect that also. So I can only inform, I can only give my opinion, but the people had to do it. Because the people have God inside them. They have wisdom. They have understanding. It just, they have to choose to use it. Now, we have to do more than that. It's not fast enough right now. It is urgent. You see, the killing of animals will be the killing of ourselves and our next generation. That is the fact. Like attract like. What we sow, so shall we reap. There's no need to even talk about religious scriptures. It's just a fact like that. Thank you. Your question is very intelligent. I hope you spread the constructive news to your fellow students and more people. We need you.
With the emergence of the Asian economic powers, including China and India, and their increasing energy demands, what goals would you like to see such nations set in this regard?
I would imagine, of course, the heaven on earth. And to achieve this, it would be best for these energy-spending countries to develop in a wise and sustainable way. They all know that already. The question is to put it into practice, the knowledge that we have already accumulated. They should set goals to use sustainable energy and minimize their greenhouse gas emissions in their industries, because every effort is worth the benefit to their citizens' health, environment, and even the economy. This is the true meaning of prosperity. Unfortunately, as countries develop, their demand for meat also increases as they can more easily afford it. However, this is extremely counterproductive because demand for meat pushes up energy demands enormously. While worsening global warming, raising animals is responsible for 80% of all greenhouse gas emissions from the agriculture sector. Here are 3 reasons why these developing countries should also set no meat and instead propagate vegan lifestyle as their number 1 goal. First is to save energy for better purposes. Meat production is energy intensive and grossly energy inefficient. To produce 1 kilogram of beef consumes 169 megajoules of energy, or enough energy to drive an average European car for 250 kilometers. 1 6-ounce beefsteak costs 16 times as much fossil fuel energy as 1 vegan meal, containing 3 kinds of vegetables and rice. The UN IPCC's chair, Dr. Rajendra Pachauri, further points out that meat requires constant refrigerated transportation and storage, the growing and transportation of the animal's food, a lot of packaging, a lot of cooking at high temperatures for long periods, and a whole lot of animal waste products that also need to be processed and disposed of. Meat production is so costly and inefficient, so unsustainable, that it is bad business to produce meat. Second, besides energy, precious land, food, and water resources already scarce in these very countries are also wasted or degraded to unacceptable degrees. One study in India found that to produce 1 kilogram of beef requires 7 kilograms of grain for feed instead of direct human consumption, while yielding less than 1/3 the amount of protein. The poor are bound to suffer from hunger. And overall, increased meat consumption has always been correlated with jumps in chronic diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, whereas before that, these ills were virtually unknown. Finally, one reason why developing countries should say no to meat production and consumption is that by turning to the plant-based diet, they will gain invisible benefits as well. In India and China, it is already taught in their traditions, in the law of ahimsa, meaning non-violence, and the law of karma, which says, as you sow, so shall you reap. Meaning, by turning to the virtuous, compassionate diet of vegan alone, they would generate such a positive, constructive energy. This new loving power could even stop the effects of climate change in their vulnerable lands and open up people's innovative thoughts to solve all manner of economical, social, and technological problems. And every country, whether developed or developing, will flourish in ways beyond our imagination. I promise, it is true.
We've been seeing more religious and spiritual groups emphasizing the importance of green living in accordance of our role as stewards of the planet, as mentioned in many holy scriptures, such as the Pope. He recently spoke on the urgency of climate change. Master, could you explain further the importance of the spiritual factor in halting global warming in comparison to the other factors, such as science or technology, that the general public is focusing on?
A true spiritual practice goes with compassion and love for all beings. This is the core of a sustainable world. If we have this, we will have peace, love, harmony, security, health, and clear-mindedness. Only then can we truly enjoy whatever comforts science and technology bring into our life. Just to rely on and focus on science and technology alone will not help us too much. Or maybe even if it helps, it's just temporarily and short-lived. True spiritual life brings us in direct contact with the creative force of the universe, which supports and sustains life. All things spring from this creative power, including scientific and technological inventions. Otherwise, we just water the leaves and not the root, if we rely only on science and technology. In 1995, I remember there was a conference on population, environment, and peace. And the president has emphasized that there is a need, a real need for sustainable balance, if I quote it right, sustainable balance between man and nature, between development and the environment. You see, so President Ramos was very protective of the environment long before it became even a trend nowadays. His foresight, wisdom, has exceeded far beyond our present vision of the world climate change. He knew it before that. He saw it before that. So I think organic farming would satisfy this need that the president has mentioned back in even 1995, before we even make this global warming into a so-called fashionable trend. The president has said that there's a need for a sustainable balance between man and nature, between development and the environment. I think the need will be satisfied with all the farmers change into organic farming method. In that case, we will be able to balance the need between our development and the environment, our need and sustainable planet. The benefit of organic farming is immense, including great advantage to both human health and the environment. Organic farming actually restores the topsoil and cleans the air and water supplies even. It is so much more benefit that we could not list them all in a few minutes. It is even good for animals, all beings on this planet, including even trees and land, in part because it does not use chemical fertilizer or pesticides, many of which are considered by the United States Environment Protection Agency and the European Union to be potentially cancer-causing and also depleting of our bees colonies and killing many other animals that we cannot even all name here. One of the US studies indicate that if the United States 8 million acres of produce farms went organic, then the risk of consuming dietary pesticides would be reduced by 97%. Can you imagine? Chemical fertilizer and pesticide runoff is also known to contribute to the ocean dead zones. We are killing our planet by pesticides and chemical fertilizer. Now, scientific studies have found that organic farming not only reduces energy usage and produce less CO2, which helps lower greenhouse gases, but it actually allows the soil to absorb even 40% of presently in the air CO2 emission. Before we even invent any technology to reduce CO2, or before we even reduce all the cars and transportations, if we go organic, we reduce 40% of the current CO2 in the air already, and the daily emission. Furthermore, organic produce is free of genetically modified organisms, and its nutrient content is actually higher than that of conventional grown fruits and vegetables. It is for these reasons that we in our group use as much organic produce as much as possible. First, to encourage the organic farming to develop and progress and prosper more into a better trend for everyone to enjoy. Second, of course, is for our planet. And third, for our health and all that on this planet. I wish that all the governments in the world would encourage organic farming to save our world. Give them subsidies. Give them all the facilitated means in order for the farmer to continue the organic farming method, because it's not only helping them, it's helping the planet and all the people. I'm sure if the government support organic farming, it will be a trend in no time. If the governments lead the way with the message that this is how to be green and how to protect the planet, then the farmers would be happy to grow more vegan food. To spread the practice of organic farming would help in so many ways. The benefit of organic farming for human livelihood, for human health, and for animals' health, natural resources, and protection of our planet. All these benefits we cannot even underestimate. We cannot even estimate all in here. Organic farming not only help to protect the planet, it will even help to eliminate hunger. So I just suggest vegan organic or organic vegan.
Humankind is trying greatly hard to change. If, unfortunately, these efforts are not quick enough to save Earth, then what will be the factor of disaster population and how is the environment? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming here with us again. Yes, Dr. Nguyen, thank you for caring. I know that there are many, many people who are making the effort to change, and all the green developments like the sustainable energy technologies and water-saving technologies, these are also very good. It's just that they will not accomplish the goal of saving the planet quickly enough. The rapid rate at which the planet is warming can be seen from many examples, one of which is the melting of the Arctic ice. A recent report released by the United States National Snow and Ice Data Center found that the rate of Arctic ice melt has been speeding up dramatically, with a shrinkage during the month of July equal to 41,000 square miles each day. Meanwhile, Canadian researchers have already forecast that the entire Arctic ice cap would be gone within a couple of decades, maybe quicker. As the ice disappears, global warming accelerates because of losing the reflective white cover provided by the ice. The scientists also reported that Arctic tundra temperatures have been rising 1 degree Celsius each decade, which is faster than anywhere else in the world, and that the tundra itself is emitting significantly more methane and nitrous oxide than previously estimated. This is a dangerous situation, apart from what we are already having. How do we stop this? The most effective way and the way that truly works is be veg. Be vegan. Stop the use of all animal products and the globe will quickly cool down. We can still continue developing all the other green technologies after the planet is saved and we have time, which are very good in helping restore parts of the overall planetary balance. But the first and foremost must be the veg diet. And with that approach, we are working toward being able to save the world because the switch to the animal-free diet removes all the methane production and its associated pollutants, to say nothing of the animal cruelty. Will help reverse these planetary disasters, such as the tsunami, the floods, storm, typhoon, and the landslides, etc. So, Dr. Nguyen, in order to help the environment and save lives, we first must be veg. You see, it's up to humans to choose, to decide. And we should decide to live. We should decide that we can do anything at all in our power to preserve our lives on the planet. Because it's not just one life, two lives, just not my life, your life is the life of the children and the next generation. Just to have just a beautiful planet and we destroy it is very, very pitiful. We have to decide different way. We have to walk in different way. That's it. We have to decide that, okay, we're going to be courageous. We do whatever it takes. But it doesn't take much. Just to be vegetarian. Just to plant a couple of trees, each person. Just to use the sustainable free energy. There's only 3 simple steps. Refrain from animals. You know, of course, I mean also killing by war, you know. But the number we kill in war is not as many as the mass, you know, killing in animal slaughtering. You know that yourself, yes. So it's only very simple. Refrain from killing each other and animals, yeah? For any reason, for food, for profit, for gain, for anything at all. Refrain from killing. Produce and use sustainable energy. Plant trees. We can have everything. We just do that. Yes. It's not like we have to do a big deal stuff. No. Very simple. The sun is there for us to use forever. The wind is there forever. The waves in the ocean, you can use forever. It will never be finished. Yeah? Compared to other energy that maybe you have today, you don't have tomorrow. The sun, you don't have to. Nobody can possess the sun. Nobody can stop you from using it. So very simple, né? Vegetarian, sustainable energy, plant trees. And of course we pray, yeah? We pray so that we'll be strong, that heaven will help us to choose the right way. That's all. 4 solution, very easy. Everybody can do it. If we want a peaceful life, long life or whatever, healthy life, we must let live. Must not eat the animal, must eat vegetarian, that's it, okay? The more vegetarian, the better. Vegan is even better. Organic vegan is even better. Yes, because vegetable have less impact on the environment even, yeah? Less pollution for the environment, yes. Well, we have collected many of these information and put it on the Supreme Master Television for you to compare and to know right away. Everything is logical. Everything is scientifically proven, materially proven. It's not like I ask you to believe something I said, but okay, you believe it or not, it's up to you. No. We have proof. So now we have to combine the spiritual aspect and the hard physical fact. Then everybody will understand. But I just hope they act on it, I mean, not just understand, but have to do action. If the world turned to vegetarian, we are saved. Immediately, there's no problem at all. Just be vegetarian. Truly, then the world will be saved. Will be no more disaster, no disease, or very minimum, almost nothing, yeah? If everybody become vegetarian, vegan is even better. Then no more disease, no more disaster, no more trouble at all. Everybody live healthily, and then in turn happily. Yeah, when you're healthy, you're happy. And marriage also improve, everything improve. And then the mind improve. And then we can invent many things that we could never imagine we could invent. You see, when we heard a lot about UFO, yeah? And other extraterrestrial, where they are intelligent and they make a lot of invention and all that we cannot know. We just turn into vegan, yeah? Clean our mind, purifying our being. Then we can invent something like that, or even better. Right now, people are eating too much meat and drinking too much alcohol and taking too much drug and cigarette, and they clouded their intelligence. So even if they want to use the whole brain capacity, is already difficult. Not to talk about any other, highly inventive method or apparatus, Because we don't use the brain even. Not to talk about spiritual, nothing yet. Don't use enough brain. There's the whole treasure of capacity within us, even with the brain. We can use it more, but too busy eating, drinking, clouding the mind and making the body sick. Cannot even think well. Drinking the alcohol to even shrink the brain further. Already don't use a lot of it and shrink more the brain. Can you imagine what kind of logic is this? I mean, any intelligent person would stop it, right? Just like you burning your money in the bank, huh? Like you have money, you put it in a safe box. Not only you don't take out to use it to benefit your body, make your life more comfortable and benefit your family. You burden it every day more. This is the life that many people live, and they think that is okay with it. How okay? How can it be okay? Yeah? So, you are lucky people. You are smart. Yes, you're smart enough. At least you don't destroy yourself any further. Yes. And the body has a capacity of repairing itself. Yes. If you leave it alone, the body repair. See, that's why some people after initiation and don't eat meat anymore, the body repair. Even cancer disappear. Heart disease stop. Yeah? And lung disease, many things just stop. Because the body can repair. It's just if you keep beating it up, how can it repair? Yeah? Even the tree can repair itself. The little plant repair itself. You saw it, okay. You plant a little peppermint, yeah, very small peppermint. And then he grow, and you pluck a few leaves. Tomorrow he grows 3, 4 more leaves. You see, just a plant. So small like that, and know how to repair. How much more would our intelligent body, equipped with sophisticated system, repair itself? The earth also can repair herself if we let her rest. If we just take what we need and not because of greed, then the earth will be okay. That's why I'm telling you, if people are vegetarian and do not abuse the earth anymore, because raising animals is abusive to the earth. The earth cannot supply enough. We take more than she can give and repair. We just keep digging into it, and sooner or later it's depleted. So it is logical that if you use a vegetarian or vegan diet, it is more sustainable for the earth. I don't even talk about spiritual aspect. It's just logic. So if we stop all this killing, animals and raising animal stock, then we will have no disaster, and that is for sure. And that is very normal and very logical. Yeah? So I hope people truly understand this and practice it. Yeah? Okay? And then we'll be saved. Your children will be saved. Their children will be saved. Their great-grandchildren will continue to live even better life than what we have right now, or what our great-grandfather have. Okay? Because the earth will be better. And their life will be better because they will have beneficial diet. They will have healthy diet. And they will become more healthy. And they're more intelligent and more happy. Yeah? Than what we have been through, or what we have been doing, and what we have been experiencing. Our children will be better. We'll have a better earth, better life, more intelligent than we are, if the whole earthling population turn to vegetarian diet. Then the animals will also turn to vegetarian diet. Mark my words. The trees are there for beauty and for protection. It's good for your car when it's summer, too hot, and when it snows a lot. It stops some of the snow, okay? And scatter all over instead of all falling on your car. It's very good. And the wind and all that, it's good for your car and good for you. I don't try to cut all of them out. We try to preserve them, and meanwhile can use them. That's why I think this car park is the best. Yeah? And later, if it's necessary, we can sprinkle some gravels on top of it. But if the earth is hard enough and it doesn't cause trouble, then we just keep it like that. And also when you pitch your tent, please don't clean the leaves, the dry leaves. Keep your tent good. Keep your tent, protected from the moist ground. It's soft. Keep your tent soft, yeah? Like carpet. So it's very good for you. Also, when you take your tent away, the earth will not become naked, and the rain will not flow all the water down, or all the earth down. And later we have mountain no more. So just keep the leaves, they're clean. The leaves are very clean and very soft, yeah, and beautiful. For your feet, it's very soft like carpet. So I saw that many places where you camp, you clean all the leaves. It's very, very unintelligent, huh? Yeah. We should try to enjoy nature and preserve the natural environment. They're always good for us. Eh? That's why I don't allow people to cut the trees where it's not necessary. Yeah? The weather has changed in many places drastically because people cut too many trees and they cannot grow fast enough to replace them. And the weather change and the rains has been all washed away instead of preserved in the earth. Because trees, they attract rain and also they keep the water. You understand? And it flows slowly down and it preserves the mountain. Also preserve the stream and the river and all that. If we cut all the trees, we will be short of water. And the weather will change drastically that we could not bear. That's why many places, many countries, they are short of water. Yeah? Sometimes because they cut trees at random, not considering how it will be after in the future, because our children still have to live on, they will go on to live. After we die, after I die, the center is still here, and your children will come. Understand? So it's not for 1 day, 2 days that you use any places. You have to keep them for the future. It's all for your good. Yeah? We have to preserve things that we enjoy. We have to think ahead into the future, not just that, oh, I can use it today, tomorrow I don't care, and damage everything. That's how people damage many beautiful places and cut so many trees and kill so many animals, yeah? Animals are there for some reason, for some reason. They're also inhabitants of the earth, and we have no right to kill them. Sometimes I've heard some people say that the research has announced that animals, they heal. Sometimes they heal sickness sometimes. Probably because of their love, yeah? That's why many people like to keep dogs and cats, because they are so loving, and probably they are so soothing somehow to them, so they feel good and keep them. The same, trees and water, yeah, forests, they also heal, yeah. Don't you feel better when you walk a little bit in the forest? Yeah, your eyes feel better? No? Yes, and your lungs feels good, huh? And your skin feels smoother, huh? And your mood is calmer, no? This is all due to the nature, the trees, and the air that they breathe out to give us the oxygen, yeah. Therefore, it's very necessary to keep nature intact as much as we can. We have big land, and we can afford to just park between trees, yeah? Because when you park over here between the trees, and sometimes you don't feel like walking down right away down, yet you just saw a friend, you can just stand underneath of the tree next to your car and have just a few words with each other. It's better than standing on top of the overheat cement concrete floor, yeah? And then talk. And then both also smoking up. They had to smoke up. Yes. It gives people a very hard feeling, standing on the concrete floor. So I think I like to preserve the trees, not only because for me, but just for everyone, for America, for the world, yeah? Everywhere we go, we have to try to protect nature. Especially now that we are a so-called meditator, we are very sensitive to the environment and to the need of other people. It takes 20 years, maybe, to grow until the tree is that big, Very seldom I allow to cut big trees, except when it's absolutely in the way. But even then, only when necessary, yes. Otherwise, I don't let them cut them. It's difficult to grow tree, but easy to cut it. Well, not necessary. Why? I cannot bear that. It's a cruelty, inconsideration. So try to understand this, huh? Not only here, but wherever you go. Try to preserve nature. Waste the time, huh? Waste the beauty of nature, and we'll waste manpower. And sometimes waste money, yeah? You cut a tree, sometimes your soul will go kaput. I'm very protective with trees, animals, grass is everything. Very protective, because I feel hurt when they are destroyed, Even with reason, it's already bad enough. But we can't just be too ridiculously strict. You understand what I mean? But we cannot just cut things at random. It shows our cold-blooded nature. It's no good, huh? When I was a little bit younger, maybe about 15 years ago, planted a lot of kind of house plants, make it look fresh and green, because in the city you have nothing. So I try to make it beautiful. You know how I love beauty, and try to arrange things according to the circumstances to improve the nature of the place. Anyhow, many plants are there, and it's beautiful, beautiful, no problem at all. Until that guy, he think that it's better for the plant to have ultraviolet, violent light or something like that. So he bought a so big, huge violet lamp, 2 or 3, and put them scarily in front of the plant, like this. And I have warned them that they're very strong. If you want to put far away and one at a time, because that should be enough. Because also in the daytime we keep the neon lamps burning, because that's also kind of light for them, and they grow fine, no complaint. So green, so lush, and it's no problem, very shiny, And I clean them sometimes, and I pump water. Yes, I dare not put the whole waterfall in, but I just spray them, make it a misty, and I love that. Until that guy, he put that violet lamp there, and I have told him not to do it, but they don't listen. And so many of my plants burn to death. Oh, I cry, I cry. I was so hurt for the plant. When I see like that, I nearly drop down on my knees, I feel so hurt because I feel the plant get hurt. I feel as though if I am burned like that, how would I feel? You understand? And especially the plant, they cannot speak. They're helpless. They just stand there and get burned slowly like that. Oh, the feeling is so awful. You understand? As though if they are human, I feel like that. I'm very protective. That was before I even practiced Guanyin method. So you can understand now, my feeling must be even more intense than that, more sensitive than that. So I think you should understand if I don't let you cut trees. The time is right that everybody should push for peace now at any price. Yes, because without peace we cannot build anything up. There are more pressing matter now than killing. My God. There are global warming. There's ice melting. And it's not just warming. If after it's warming, it might get cold. You understand me? And that's even worse. If it's warm, you jump into the water. But if it's too cold, I don't know if you have enough thing to keep you warm. If it's go freezing all the time, and it's getting worse because of some change in the atmosphere, it might get freezing even after the warming period. Sometimes the pollution, it damages the layer, the ozone layer, yes, and then all the heat maybe escape. After a while, we don't have any heat. And then maybe too much pollution cover the sun and everything, and maybe too much changing, and then everything will go so bad, and it might be freezing even. It's even worse also, yeah? Yeah, I watched in one of the British channel before, some document, very scary. They say as much as the global warming, the sun also getting colder somehow. Yeah, so warming and cold. In some part too warm, and then some part will be too cold. Or then after warm will be cold. And if it's too warm, then the ice will melt, and then we have flood, And if after that, there are no ice left to balance the thing anyway, and that either the planet will become very heated, yeah? Or it could be very cold because of too much covering or the ozone layer broken. So many things can happen, and it can happen soon, many decades, it's not long. So right now, it's time for all the people of every country should get together and think of the solution quick. Something with sustainable energy, solar power, wind power. We can install it in our home if you can afford it. Or you can put money together and install one home at a time, okay? You pitch money together, install in your home. Draw a lotto, see whose house get installed first. So it's fair, And then next time pitch money together and install it in her home. Something like that. When I live in the mountain, I live only with solar energy. I charge my phone with solar energy. I watch TV with solar energy. My fridge runs on solar energy. It's a little complicated, but you can learn. To save lives, we must learn. To save the planet, it's worth it. It's complicated, but it's not undoable. It's simple enough to do it. Like you have to capture the solar energy into some batteries, and then you connect with that battery to use it to run your household. At least you can save money. And you save money in long run anyway. You can sell it back to the government even. In Spain, it's like that. Wind power also. It might be difficult, but you can install small wind fan.
Turbine.
Windmill. But the old-fashioned way also, it does work. The turbine take longer time and a lot of money, and maybe it's not so in yet, so you can't get it so easily, huh? But you can do it, huh? Can do that, yeah? Do what you can, okay? And go together in one car to work or to shop together, yeah? In one car, save money, save energy, and buy those, if you can, hybrid car. They're not that expensive. For example, Toyota Prius, something like that. And it's very modernized. It has everything in it. I got one. Maybe it costs you in the beginning, but later it saves you a lot. And it saves your life too, save life everybody else, you know. It doesn't have to be Toyota. It can be also a smart car, you know. There are many other cars, Honda and all that, you know. Or other different cars, but you can check on internet, you know, which car is cheaper and more convenient for you. And soon in the future, we have to run it on sustainable fuel, you know, like garbage. Yeah, we can recycle garbage. And maybe we don't even have to do that if they push the program with the wave energy, you know. A long time ago in Norway, they had begun that program to use ocean waves as energy. And that will be limitless. You can use forever, just like the sun. I have sent some financial support to support this program also. They're pushing out at it. It's just a good thing, yeah? Yeah, energy is free everywhere, actually. Limitless, limitless. There will be no cost for anybody. It should be free for everybody. You know, the basic thing in life, like water, electricity, should be free, actually. Yeah, and it soon will be free. All this money that put into war, my God, we could build a paradise on earth. It's about time that everybody should know about this. And if you know any of a government important person, you remind them by writing, by do something. Just leave the meat alone and we have everything else. Even oil is fine. Even oil, if we have it, we can use it until we have something better for our planet. But if we stop the animal raising, stop animal product, then we cut a big percentage, 80% of pollution to our planet and stop 80% of global warming. So we can continue to have oil and cars. I know people will be surprised hearing me saying this, but no, it is true like that. Because we have not invented enough instrument for transportation and other uses. So we may continue to use the oil if we have it. Of course, the better if we don't use, but at the moment, we must use it. And if we just leave all the meat animal production alone, then we can use anything. Sustainable energy in general is also showing itself to be very profitable and job producing to people. So there can be both economic and environmental benefit from developing sustainable energy. And the earth will be protected. But animals industry is the number one enemy of our survival.
All information concerning the scientific evidence of climate change and its solution is in Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, From Crisis to Peace, free to download at crisistopeace.org.
Inspirados televidentes, apreciamos su compañía en el episodio de hoy, titulado El único camino hacia un planeta sostenible es ser vegano. Extractos de las conferencias de la Maestra Suprema Ching, parte 3 de 3, en Entre la Maestra y los Discípulos. Por favor, sigan sintonizados a Supreme Master Television para una programación más positiva. A continuación sigue del zoroastrismo el sagrado Menogi Krat, capítulos 4, 13, parte 2 de 2 en palabras de sabiduría. Que la providencia adorne sus vidas con bendiciones desbordantes.
May Providence grace your life with overflowing blessings. For more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/BMD.